All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down to rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson. I have a little in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go, and I want to name the video a prelude. Alright, and Lord Willis, brothers, can see on the screen, I just did a simple Google search for the word prelude, or prelude, how they pronounce it. Prelude. Alright, and it means an action or an event serving as an introduction to something more important. All right, and the events, all right, of course, are the prophecies, all right, which the last two major prophecies that we're waiting to be fulfilled is the charagma, which is the microchip technology, replacing cash and cash, debit cards, credit cards, or whatever, all forms of physical cash. They're replacing it. And the next major prophecy we're waiting for is the Third World War. All right, but things is going on in the world right now, and that's what made me want to do this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Just meditating on things that are happening in the world right now that's going to lead to the fulfillment of those two major last prophecies that we're waiting for. All right, such as the petrodollar collapsing, no inflation continuing to rise, with the Third World War, you know, you got proxy wars, rumors of wars, like the thing going on right now between Ukraine and Russia, and NATO being involved in it, and many other things. You know, the mass printing of the money. You know, all those things are preludes to the fulfillment of those two major prophecies being fulfilled. Because once the dollar becomes completely and utterly worthless, or they just get rid of the dollar, all right, we know that the next thing what's going to replace it is the charagma. All right. Once all the game plan, you know, between these, you know, these proxy wars and all that ends, that's going on right now, with just shipping weapons to people that you don't, to the people of the enemy that you don't like how NATO is sending weapons to Ukraine to help them out because they don't like Russia or whatever game they're playing. You know, that's going to lead to eventually the Third World War. All right. So everything right now, all right, you can say is a prelude leading, all the current events and things that's going on right now is a prelude leading up to the fulfillment, the full fulfillment of these prophecies. And again, the prelude is an action or an event, which the events, again, we're waiting for, are the prophecies, serving as an introduction to something more serious. And something more serious is the fulfillment of the prophecies. All right? So right now we see how they're slowly pushing, how when they ain't even slowly doing it right now, quickly pushing cash out of the way, getting rid of cash, and making everything digital. All right? And we know that's going to lead to them microchipping people. All right? Because that's the most important event that we're waiting for. All right? For them to declare cash as being useless. All right? And them creating a new currency, which again would be a digital currency. All right? Same thing with the famine of the word. All right? We see how they're censoring, you know, taking brothers' pages down, you know, whatever, so on and so forth. The other rhythms, all right, or whatever, you know, you can't say certain things on the internet, so you got to speak in code. We know that's going to lead to the fulfillment of Amos 8 and 11, the famine of the word. All right, which that means what? The elect is fully sealed. After that, once the Lord takes his word off the planet, that's when the elect is fully sealed, and then it's game over. All right, but got a couple of scriptures. I don't want to make this too long. Salakia. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues will draw nigh, and they're not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her her birth great pains. Right. So right now we're in the stage of labor pains. All right. Like the another prophecy being that this has to be fulfilled is the a famine, a crisis for food in America, which we're pretty much right now in a crisis for food. But there's going to be a point, in a lot of places in Babylon where you're not going to be able, you're not going to have access to a grocery store anymore. You're not going to have access to a restaurant anymore. You're not going to have any food. All right. And we see these the burning downs of the processing plants, meat processing plants, and chicken farms or whatever, pricing farmers out of their land so they can't grow crops anymore. All those things are a prelude that's going to fulfill the prophecy of a famine being in the land. All right, just one example. Again, the pushing away, raising interest rates, raising it, printing up more money. We know that's going to lead to the total destruction of the currency, which is going to fulfill again Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17. We know eventually that the proxy wars is going to stop. All right, and third world war is going to fully come to pass. All right, with 2 or 3 months of her birth, great pains can pass her womb with pains. When the child come forth, they slack not a moment. All right, so right now you can say again we're in labor pains. All right, and the baby being born, that's when all hell breaks loose. Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right, like I mentioned with the the burning down of the food processing plants, things like that, the food shortages and all that, it's gonna lead to a famine. All right, in the land, a full force famine in the land. All right, the mass printing of the money, destroying the currency system, that's gonna cause the cash to become worthless. All right, so and then they're gonna replace it with digital, with a digital, with a microchip. All right, and all forms of cash would be on that microchip. All right, so we definitely in that time, man. Verse 40. Oh, my people, hear my words and make ready to thy battle. Right, and that's the thing. All people supposed to be getting ready for these things. All right, because right now the Lord still has his men out there warning you, but soon the Lord's going to take his men off of the highways and the byways. All right, and then you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. All right, you're going to figure out how to survive by yourself, and that's impossible. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shah said that he would keep us 1 hour of temptation. So if you ain't in the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, meaning you ain't a part of the elect, you got no chance to survive out there. You're a sitting duck. All right, you might as well just hang yourself, because you can hang it up, but you ain't gonna make it if Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai ain't on your side. All right, so we're telling our people, look, get ready for the battle, get ready for the evil day. But a lot of our people ain't gonna do it. Only the elect is gonna do it. And then those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth, right? And then those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. All right. So basically, we're telling our people, look, man, be ready to go, be ready to lose. All right, because you're going to lose. All right, the Lord said, whosoever should seek to save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for the Lord's sake shall gain it. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so all these things you see going on in the world right now is a prelude, all right, to the fulfillment of these prophecies, man. The fulfillment of all the prophecies. All right, again, prelude, and play it again. Prelude. How they pronounce it, prelude or I thought it was prelude, but an action or an event serving as an introduction to something more important, right? And these current events that's going on right now is going to lead to the main event, which is the fulfillment of all the prophecies, which got it from the past. All right, let the scriptures tell us. This Revelation chapter 1, verse 1, the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which Yahweh gave unto his servant, our forefather John, on the island of Patmos, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and sanctified it by his angel unto his servant John. Right, things which must shortly come to pass. All these prophecies must come to pass. Must and will come to pass. Verse 2, who bear record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, and of all things that he saw. Verse 3, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of these prophecies, and keep these things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. All right, so the time is at hand. All right, we definitely in those times. All right, again, the main events are coming, man. Before you know it, there'll be microchip stations all across Babylon. Before you know it, in all 50 states. All right, before you know it, whoever, whether it's Biden or Trump or whoever, Obama, whoever comes up, or Jacob Rothschild or whoever comes up and announce that we're going into war with Russia and China and Iran and all of them. All right, before you know it, man. So again, right now we're just in the time of um we get into the time of the main event. Right now, these are events that's going to lead up, but we're getting these are things, these current events and things that's going on right now are events that's going to lead up to the main event. All right. So with that, I just just meditating, man, just through the spirit and power, how about Shemi Shy, you know, thinking about that because there's a lot going on today. So, with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and safety to you, brothers that push this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm saying shalom.